I had just put up a Splinterlands guide to renting to win in silver, and now the rental prices have skyrocketed even from 2 days ago, which begs the question, is it still profitable to rent to play in silver, or should we just stick around for bronze 1? That is what we're going to be testing out today. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, my name is Luke. This is my Play to Earn channel where you guys follow along in my Play to Earn journey. And as I said, I just had made a silver Splinterland guide, which is doing well, so thank you guys for watching that. But the rental market for renting enough power to get into silver has gone up, meaning are the rewards less enough to make bronze 1 a better deal? Not only that, but I was in silver with all my 4 accounts that I've been playing Splinterlands with, and all of a sudden I keep waking up day after day, and some of you guys have noticed this as well and put it in the comments, that I'll have enough power for silver that I'm like, oh, I rented it out for the entire season, I should be good for the next 10 days, and then all of a sudden I wake up and now I'm back at power 7,480. So you may have been confused like me and you might be wondering what is going on. Well, people are canceling on your rentals all the time. So just like when you rent out a card, you can cancel the rental and for 24 hours you'll still have it and then the rental ends. Well, the owner of the card that is renting it to you can do the same thing. And I think I have a theory on why this is happening. So a couple reasons. One, everyone is trying to get into silver right now because the rewards are greater. You get the double loot chest and you get the DEC increase per win. So everyone's trying to rent into silver, which means demand is going way up. As the season started, it used to be 1 DEC a day would be around 1,500 card power, or 1 DEC even a couple days ago when I was doing my silver guide was around 1,000. Now it's dropped to around 600. Sometimes if you're lucky you can find a couple deals here and there, but even then some cards are, you know, as low as 400. You click on gold and here we got some random, you know, luck of the deal 1,000, but those go so quickly that often you click to rent it and by the time you do it's like, well, this card is not available. Just like that. Thank you for showing me and proving me right. So at best right now, you're probably going to find 600 card power for each DEC or 500. So again, about double or triple the price about what we were finding to rent card power earlier. So for one, demand is going up for getting into silver. The amount of players and battles that are taking place in Splinterlands continues to increase. Not only those reasons, but Peak Monsters has added new features to the rental market. And so for a card owner like me on my other account, I'm only renting out 2 cards right now. But if you look, they have a new thing where it shows you, hey, what's the percentage and change in what is the lowest on the market? Well, now I can sort by my cards and see all the ones that, hey, right now, you're making 100% less than you can probably make compared to the other rentals of this same card on the marketplace. So of course that's going to give me incentive. Instead of renting it for 0.2 DEC a day, I can cancel that rental, just click on here, go boom, stop renting, and then I can say, well, yeah, I'll lose that 0.2 DEC for probably 1 day as the rental is stopped. But after that, I'm going to be making double that. I'm going to be making 0.4 DEC a day. So of course I'm going to do that because it just makes way more sense if I can earn double. And so people are listing these cards realizing, hey, the market has gone way up. I could be making double or triple on all my cards. I'm going to cancel all of my rentals and then I'm going to relist it. And so people are just keep relisting and relisting and relisting because they want to keep earning more and more and more. They have so much incentive, and Peak Monsters has made it so easy for them to see when they're missing out a deal. Match that with the amount of demand that people are having to get into silver, and we have a rental crisis on our hands. Now, I hope that Splinterlands sees this as a problem with their, idea to make silver so rewarding and to hurt bronze level players, but we can't rely on them changing things. We gotta just work with what we have. Maybe the Chaos Legion release, changes some things around with new cards coming out and 2 different ranked system battles. But again, until then, let's just work with what we have and see if bronze 1 is actually a better profitable place to be right now. So back to our handy dandy Excel sheet. If you missed out on that video of the rental guides I did, it will be up in the top right corner for you guys, so you guys can go watch that video. The Google Sheet is now online as well if you guys want to start viewing my math and list of cards for yourselves. I will keep trying to link that for you guys in the videos as well in my further test cases like today. So you can see from the last video, we were able in silver to profit 140 DEC a day. That was with silver being only about 24 DEC to get into silver, plus the rentals that we wanted to actually get ourselves some wins in silver. And with a 64% win rate, we were able to get that 140 DEC profit. So today, as I noticed that card power was harder and harder to rent, and some of you guys have been pointing that out, I tried updating it here today. What I noticed was a lot of the rentals I got for winning in silver, they haven't gone up in price. If you're still patient, you can get some of these great deals on these cards as well and rent them and lock them up for as long as you want. So the rentals for specific cards haven't gone up, but the price to rent enough power to get into silver is the thing that has been annoyance for a lot of people. When you run the numbers though, the power rental to silver isn't changing all that much. If you looked in my video, I didn't give a specific card power, but what I was estimating, because I saw the market going up a little bit, was around 24 DEC a day. You notice that's really close to the 600 card power average that it is right now. You know, if you work hard enough, you can go to the market, you can click on gold and hopefully find deals that will average around to 600 card power is 1 DEC a day. So that's probably the best you're gonna do right now. That was, you know, my estimate if you're gonna hit the somewhere in the middle from my last video. But now this is the best you're gonna do is 25 DEC a day. However, you can see as the price per card power goes up, if it's a 500 card power per DEC that you're getting, it bumps it to, you know, 30 DEC a day to rent silver. Even if you're getting the 400 card power per DEC, that's only going to bump it up to 37.5, which you shouldn't be doing much worse than that unless somehow the market is getting worse and worse and worse. However, I'm showing you guys that really each time, you know, you're dropping about 100 card power, that's only an extra 5 to 10 DEC a day roughly. So if you run the same strategy as before, it's going to drop our, you know, DEC rating, which was around, you know, an estimate of 140 profit a day to about, well, 126.8 if you get the same exact, you know, wins and all that as I did. It also means the cards that I was looking to purchase, instead of being only about 28 days to be able to buy that with the DEC, now that we are only profiting 125, it's going to take 32 days to buy the cards that I want. But of course, that's really not that big of a deal. So let's run that same process as we did before. We're going to play 28 battles starting at 100% capture rate to see how many wins we get, see how much DEC we're going to earn in bronze 1. The DEC amount to rent into bronze 1 is going to be a third of the price because you only need 5,000 power. And so it's going to be roughly, if you get that 500 card power per DEC, we're going to be running, if I stop doing that, 10 DEC to rent to bronze 1. And then there's a couple cards that I wanted to be able to do well in bronze 1. You could also make an argument that I might win more games if I had rented all these cheap neutrals and a couple other, maybe 1 or 2 cards from the other decks. But for now, I'm just literally renting only 2 cards, that Wavesmith, if you haven't bought it already, the Kelp Initiate, and then the Creeping Ooze, bringing up our rental total to 14.4. All right, so we've played our 28 matches. You can see I didn't do too bad. Even with just the simply renting those 3 cards, I was able to counter certain matchups. I was able to use the Wavesmith a lot to put out a lot of magic damage. And then I used my Dragon deck or Fire deck strategy in certain situations based on the rule sets. Filling out the Excel sheet, you guys can see that I won 18 times out of my 28 matches. So actually the exact same that I was winning in silver. This is with less rentals. So we may be able to make an argument that I may have won 1 or 2 more games. But, you know, even in bronze 1, there's some times that you'll run up against a deck with legendaries, and so, you know, these guys aren't necessarily slouches either, because there's other people that have been dropped from silver to bronze as well. So 18 wins led us to 112 net DEC with about 6.26 DEC per win, meaning our profit is going to turn out to 98.3 DEC a day based on our net minus only the 14.4 in rentals. So there you have it. Even when I made this silver, the worst case scenario, 400 card power per DEC, meaning we're only going to profit 126 instead of the 140 we were getting. In Bronze 1, I was just under 100 DEC. So honestly, Silver and Bronze 1, pretty comparable. You know, Silver getting about 25 more DEC than I did with the Bronze 1, but you also have to think about daily quests. You're getting 2 loot chests instead of 1, so that's also an incentive to stay in Silver. This is a small sample size though, so results are gonna vary. You know, let's say I did rent a few more cards and I won 75% of my matches using the same amount of DEC. Of course, that's not gonna account for the win streaks I would have gotten, but you can see really that, you know, with the 75% win rate here, I'm going to get 117 DEC, maybe minus a few because, you know, renting a couple more cards is going to bring me to 2 DEC extra. So 115 profit per day if I'm predicting a 75% win rate. But again, Bronze 1 isn't the easiest place to play right now either, because there are players with a good amount of cards and some, you know, legendary cards as well. So with a small sample size test case, my results actually still favor Silver, even with the run up of all these cards. And so to me, it's still worth it, especially for that extra loot chest in the daily quest, because I want to be getting, you know, more potions when I buy Chaos Legion packs. I want more cards. I want, you know, some of those DEC drops could be big as well. So to me, it's still worth it. The one annoyance, the one reason I would have to stick around in Bronze 1 is just because all these dang rentals keep being canceled on me. But hey, you know, it could be worse, and hopefully maybe as the market settles down, we'll see less rentals canceled over time. The last footnote that I want to mention is that with the card power for each DEC dropping per day, it actually might be a case where renting legendaries are now somewhat close and comparable. You know, 300 card power per DEC instead of, you know, 400 or 500, you know, also the same thing with epics. But because they're going to be level 1s, you can still use them in Bronze 1 or in Silver. And so instead of, you know, spending this extra money on top of the power to rent to Silver, some of that might be combined as a strategy. You know, take the CP hit on a few cards, but look for those legendaries and epics that might get you 300 to 400 CP. But instead of renting these ones, you can just use those in epics and legendaries instead of the extremely cheap cards that I was looking at here to rent. Perhaps that will lead to another video of renting a combined legendary and epics to get enough card power into Silver and seeing what our results are with that. But I have not tested that out yet, so we'll see if that becomes a future video or not. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments after watching this though. Are you going to stick around in Bronze 1? Are you going to grind it out and try to rent enough power to continue to get into Silver? Let me know your guys' thoughts and your results, and let's try to help out one another in the comments below. And thank you guys again so much for the support, the comments, the subscribes. Appreciate it all, and thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.